Shalom, this is Bernard Hall from James Kingston, Jamaica camp, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of James Great Millstone, who teach and rule well through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Peace, love, and salutations to the Akim in the four corners of this earth, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. To speckled bird Akims and Akwats out there who are tuned in, listening, and learning, ropes of being saved by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Shalom. So, as you can see the article or the headlines in this article, we have been complicit in keeping inner city residents in poverty, and this is by the Minister of Security, right? The Dr. Horace Chang, right? And hey, let me read that again. We have been complicit in keeping inner city residents in poverty, right? And before I get into the article, let's get the definition of the word complicit. It says involved with others in an activity that is unlawful or morally wrong. So these men, this Dr. Horace Chang right here, you know what I mean, and the other politicians that are or officials that are listed in this article, but even the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, and different members of his cabinet and the opposing party's cabinet and all of the rich of the society, all of these men, right, are all complicit in keeping you Israelites, you so-called niggers, Latinos, and Native Americans in poverty. Even the other nations as well, especially Esau Edom and the elites of Esau Edom, and they even have our people, working alongside these other nations, working alongside Esau Edom just to get a slice of that pie, right? Working alongside Esau Edom to keep you people in poverty, You know what I mean? And that's you so-called niggers, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true biblical Israelites according to the scripture, who are under the curses written out in Deuteronomy 28, you know, and I'll get a part of that as well. And you so-called Jamaicans, predominantly are from the tribe of Benjamin, It says involving with others in an activity that is unlawful or morally wrong. So all of these men, women, are all complicit, are all doing unlawful and morally wrong acts just to fill their bellies, right? Keep their pockets fat, right? Working alongside Esau, right? By exploiting you people, You know what I mean? Picking the flesh off his skin, basically, I'm sucking you dry, right? Exploiting you to the T, If you drop the rich man just want, if he can make add another dollar to his billions, right? He will exploit it to the T. He will wear it out, all right, until he had gotten that dollar, right? And before I go into the article, I'll just bring out a few precepts as well because I have a few. Hey, these precepts, they're yearning to come out, right? And the first one that I'll get is Ecclesiasticus Sirach, that is in the Apocrypha 13, you know, tells us about the rich man and how they will use you people, And that's why we just need to go, we need salvation, we need divine intervention, we need Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, which this world ignorantly called God. Jehovah, Yahushai is the true name of his Son, which is world ignorantly called Jesus. We need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We need the return of our Lord Yahushai, right? To do what, to put a stop to this wicked and corrupt society, right? And let me get Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8 first, It says, let's get 10 and 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And the judge of this earth right now is Esau Edom. Job 9 and 24 tells us that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil, according to scripture, he is the one that governs the whole earth right now. And if you don't believe that, just check social media, right? Check who's at the pinnacle of the world power, right? Check who has the most power throughout society, so-called white race, especially elites. It says, as a judge of the people, so are his officers, So Esau governed this world, and his officers are these different politicians that are set up throughout the four corners of this earth in the different nations, right? It's especially among our people, right? I think it's Jeremiah as well tells us that among our people are found wicked men, right? It says, as judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Right, and I'll jump down to verse 8 real quick. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, you know, and best believe you people are being deceived, especially on election days, election day, election year, right? Every fourth year when these politicians come around, right, blowing their horn, tooting their horn, and making a lot of different promises which they won't keep. It's only sweet words, smooth words, to keep you people in that blind state, to keep you people, right? Keep your eyes closed and your ears shut, right? And Jeremiah 5 and verse 30, 31, and 30 and 31 tells us that you people love to have it so, right? People love to have it so. And that's another thing as well, why some of you people just have to die, right? Die and come back, because if that's not the case, right, and the Most High is going to deliver you, and you'd be in this forever, you'd want to be in this wicked kingdom forever, right? And then when you suffer, you cry and cry, you know, like, yeah, I'm asking the Lord why, but you really deserve it, because you love to have it so, you love to have it um like the way it is, It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, The kingdom is translated from one people to another, So the kingdom will be translated from Esau, Edom, right? The kingdom will be translated from these other nations. The kingdom will be translated from wickedness as well, right, and delivered over into the hand of the Israelites, right? This whole earth, dominion, control over the earth. It's ours to begin with, but right now it's in the hand of our enemy Esau, Edom. But what, it will be translated into a righteous kingdom soon and very soon, where all these exploitations, all this using of our people, you know what I mean? All this using of our people for usury as well will be stopped. All wickedness will be stopped, You know, all suffering as well will be stopped as well for our people, right? This is, let me just get Second Peter real quick, 3 and verse 13. It says, uh, sorry. It says, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and new earth wherein dwell in righteousness, So that's the kingdom that we're looking forward to, But hey, let's get back on topic, This is back in Ecclesiasticus 13, and I'll start at verse 10. Let's see here, verse 3. Let's see. All right, verse 3, it says, the rich man had done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wronged, and he must entreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee, yea, he will make thee bear, and will not be sorry for it. And if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, what wantest thou? And it's the same thing for these politicians, come around, smile, ask what you want. What I mean? All I need to do is vote for them, right? The banks as well, they have a lot of different policies, right, and measures and means to basically entrap you, so that you can end up paying more than what you actually pay. And it's the same thing for things like housing, cars. They want to take them out on what, loans, right? They don't want you to pay cash and just get it done, get pay one time and get over it. They want you to take it out on a loan, you know and then you, over the long run, you end up paying more, So them use it, them exploit you people, right? It says, and he will shame thee by his meats until he have drawn thee dry. Try twice and thrice, You know, drawn thee dry twice and thrice, and that's the whole loan business, And at last he will laugh thee to scorn afterward. When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head, you know and that's thing as well. So that's how it is. The rich people of this nation, they have a lot to compensate for, You know what I mean? When Yahweh Shai returns, each man will be receiving judgment, reward according to his doing upon the earth, You know, each man, This is James 5, real quick. 5:1, it says, Go to know, ye rich men, and weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is conquered, and the rust of them shall be witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Right? And then behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, cry it. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, yo. Are the instances of where even out here, yo, Jamaica, where Benjamites, yo, people are working up to old age, all right, going on pensions, yo, and the most that you get in a month time is $5,000. You know what I mean? All right, even the rich men, right? When you have the little man come up with his idea of a business, right? How the rich set it up, they set it up so you have to go through a lot of different paperwork, pay a lot of money to basically establish that business, you know, and at the end you might not even do it because of the amount of money that you have to spend, right? And then they take that idea and put it out there themselves, yo, right? And then they profit off of it, yo. And you're not even a worker at that establishment either, right? But that just goes to show you. It's like one moment here. Yeah, but that just goes to show you that you people are being exploited day by day, right? Especially especially with Jamaica is a free zone as well, right? Because what these big conglomerate businesses do, especially call centers, right? They outsource their businesses, yo. They outsource their work so that they can pay you people little to nothing, dirt, yo, for your hard labor, you know. Hey, and and that's a part of the curse as well. Let's get Deuteronomy, and this is how we know as well that yo, you so-called niggers, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Israelites, yo. You know, this is a part. Hey, all a part of the curse. Yo. It says, and they says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to keep his commandment and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And even up right now, it's showing on us, yo, right? So for a sign, it shows that we are the Israelites, yo. You know, let's see here. If I can get go up a little 43, it says, and the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. So even all these other nations exploit us, yo. Chinese, you know what I mean? The Indians, yo, the Elamites, right? Even Africans, yo, you know, all of them are above among us and around us, and they exploit us to the T. The worst one is Esau Edom, yo. You know, the worst one is Esau Edom. Right, so and I'll get the Jeremiah as well, and then I'll go into the article. This is Jeremiah, say wicked men. Okay, all right, so this is Jeremiah 17. Jeremiah 5 and 26. Right, it says, for among my people are found wicked men, even among Israel, yo, so-called niggers, Latinos, and Native Americans, or politicians. They're wicked, yo. And I mean, or officials, yo, the same men, right, who are supposed to be leading us to a better, right, a better path, yo, who are supposed to be looking out for a good, yo. They exploit us, right, just to fill their bellies. And they keep us on the low, keep us in poverty, keep us stricken, you know, keep our children in want for food, for nourishment, right, for knowledge, you know. Why? Just so that they and their families, yo, can be better off. They're all about themselves. It says, for among my people are found wicked men. They sell us out, right? They sold us out to these different nations, you know. That's why you see different countries coming into our country, which Jamaica, this land called Jamaica isn't our country in a way, right? But they come into this land and take all the resources, yo, because we've been sold out, right? Don't be surprised if you people are deemed as resources, yo, soon to come. It says, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men, you know? They set a trap, they catch men. These people are setting traps for you people, yo. Especially with the whole Maxine thing. Right? And the Honorable Angel is talking about countries are doing um Maxine grab. That's a whole trap, yo. That's a whole deceit tactic, yo, so that you people can think that, yo, if these big countries are hoarding up the Maxine, then it must be valuable, yo. Right? All these leaders, yo, they're all following a mandate. They're all going in. They're all working for the elites, yo. Right? All the thoughts that Andrew Willis comes up with the whole digital infrastructure, the whole sustainable development, the whole NIDS, you know, the whole investments in the land and all of that, yo. None of that was thought up by him. He didn't sit on his bed next to his wife one night and so or a couple nights while or at his desk thinking about, hey, oh, what else am I gonna what am I gonna do to better Jamaica? Oh, sustainable development. Let's talk about planting trees. Let's talk about global warming. Let's talk about building the infrastructure. He was given a mandate. He's following a script, right? These men sold out, yo. Best believe. Best believe. Let's get in the article. A Romans 3 yo, for those who don't believe. If you don't believe, that's good for you. That doesn't stop the truth from being the truth, right? That doesn't stop the truth from being the truth. And when shit hit the fans, when shit hit the fan, right, you're gonna get caught up in that, yo. And shit will hit the fan. And even you politicians, yo, you're gonna get a taste of your own medicine from these people, yo. Right? A hungry man is an angry man, yo. Right? Sedition is a prophecy. And what is sedition? An uprising against the government. You know? People are gonna feel it, yo. Yahweh Shemeshai is gonna unleash his anger upon you people, right? Through Jake, yo. Through these Benjamites, yo. Through these Jamaicans, you know, who have been complicit in keeping inner city residents in poverty. Chang. Three deputy Teachers Minister of National Security Dr. Strong on Wednesday even admitted that the current government of which he is Deputy Prime Minister has been complicit, as have successive administrations over the years. So it's not only them, yo. Successive administrations over the year, yo. Right? The Bruce Goldens, the Portia Simple Miller, you know, PJ Patterson, all of them, yo. All of them that came along. Says in keeping inner city residents mired in poverty. That's mean another word can be smeared, yo, smeared in poverty. They had been, they planned these things, yo. They planned how they're gonna keep you people, right, in the ghettos, right. They planned how they're gonna keep you people in different ghettos, yo, right, in the Maxfields, right, the Grand Spens, you know, you name it, yo, right. They planned how the crime is a big business, yo. Poverty is a big business for them, you know. Planned how it goes deep, yo. Even your children suffering, yo. People living hand to mouth, yo, mouth to hand, paycheck to paycheck. They had been complicit in keeping you people like that. Think about that, yo. The same people that want to vote in every 4 years for to be better. Them same people first when when it's election they put on a front saying, yo, they're gonna do better than as the moment they're in office. They think about how to keep you people down. Says his administration came during the sitting of the Joint Select Committee on Law Reform, Zones of Special Operation, that's ZOZOs, Special Security and Community Development Measures Act 2017 in Gordon House. This came after Management Director of the Jamaica Social Investment, Omar Sweeney, and his Social Development Manager, Mona Sue Ho, having made their representations to the committee, were hit with a barrage of questions from lawmakers on both sides of the House. Member of Parliament for South, Catherine Fitz-Jackson, who was the last in the firing line, pressed Sweeney about the impact JSIF had through its various interventions in these troubled communities. Yo. So they asked them, yes, right? Says it seems to be just meandering along with no end in sight. And lastly, what are those qualitative and quantitative measurements that we look at and say, yes, it is successful or we can do more? Was Jackson parting shot, yo? And what are those, yo? They don't have any. They don't have any, yo. Everything's a front. Oh, it's all a front. These people don't care, yo. These people don't care about crime. These people don't care about the mothers with the 3 or 4 children in the ghettos, you know, who don't have a job. These people don't care about the, the men killing each other, right? For gangs, you know, just for what? For food. These people don't care about a family in the ghetto that doesn't have a house, that live on the roadside, people that live on the road, sides of the road, yo, weren't even mad, yo. They just don't have the means of getting money to drive past them in their big cars, big comfortable cars under AC, go up in their big mansions, right? Grill up their houses, sleep in their king size beds, eat their full meal, while some don't even have a meal for the day. They don't care, right? They took, right? That's the meal that they're eating, the meal that they took from a 2 or 3 family, 4 family, because when they're eating, they eat like they're eating for 4 families, you know, they're festive. Says in response, GSIF had calmly schooled the parliamentarians in some of the basic steps to achieving effective, sustainable people empowerment. Yeah, and I'll leave it there. You get the point. I'll leave to the article in the description box, yo. But it's disgusting, man. Check it. It's really, really interesting, bro. You know, even Ray Charles can see that, yo. This place just needs to go, yo. There's the people of this society, the wicked people of this society just need to be put down. Each side of them needs to go. We need deliverance, yo. And as again, we do need divine intervention, because I'm not saying the people should rise up against your governments, yo, your politicians, yo. You know, what I'm saying is open your eyes and realize, yo, that the position that we are in, it's killing us. Right? The position that we're in is killing us, and we need salvation, and that salvation comes through your power. Yahweh Bashim Shai. So what I'm saying is turn to Yahweh Bashim Shai, right? Believe upon him, call upon his name, right? So that hey, when he returns and brings chaos and destruction upon this earth, you'll be secured in that time, because that is coming. That time is coming. Right? A great destruction, a great chaotic time will be done upon this earth before that great deliverance as well of the elect, and before the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem shall reign upon this earth, the kingdom of Israel, right? It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction, right? And how it is, and one way it is polluted, it's through the wickedness of our people, right? Through the wickedness of our people. This is uh, Haggai, right? It's like, so this is Haggai real quick. Let me get this. When it says, all right, this is Haggai 1 and 5. It says, now therefore, thus saith Yahweh Shai, consider your way, This is what we're asking. Consider your way, Consider your day-to-day life. Consider the way how you're living. Consider the politicians, the way how they're living, Consider the laws and legislation that they put out. Consider what they're doing, and look, open your eyes. Realize that you're being exploited, you're being used,
You've been sucked dry through the system, Says you have sown much and bring in little. You have eat, but you have not enough. You drink, but you are filled with drink, but you are not filled with drink. You clothe you, but there is none warm. He that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes, And that's it. That's self-explanatory. I don't think I have to explain that anymore, right? And I'll get this Zephaniah real quick. This is Zephaniah 3 and 8, because again, not saying you people should rise up against the government with guns or take up arms, because that won't help you people. We need divine intervention, because it goes deeper than you think. It goes all the way to the elites of the society, Esau, Edom, and they are they're way too powerful to fight with guns, to fight with the sword. They were blessed with the sword, right? Only how Bash Meshai can take them out of power. We on our own volition can't do anything. Zephaniah 3 and 8, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. That's the thing. Yahweh Shai, He is the one that we're supposed to wait upon. He will bring down Esau, Edom, and this wicked society and the wicked men of our nation, These politicians, these world leaders, Yahweh Shai. Hey, Yahweh Shai has something up his sleeve for them. This is Isaiah 9 and 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, you know the leaders of these people, our leaders cause us or you people, to err, right? It says they that are led of them are destroyed. And I have another precept here for the leaders of these people as well. You leaders, this is Isaiah 8 and 15, right? It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death and with hell, are we at agreement? So because you don't agree with Esau, you exploit your own people. It says, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come on to us. So when even Esau had killed you so-called niggas, Latinos, and Native Americans, you leaders will think that it's okay with you, that they're okay with you, because what you're working for them, It says, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood we have hid ourselves. Right? It says, verse I'll leave it at jump to 17. It says, judgment also will I lay to the lion, and the righteousness to the plummet. And the hail shall sweep away the refuge of flies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding places. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it, See how Basham is going to make sure that you get your part, To a hand join in hand, right? Both shall not go unpunished, You know, both shall not go unpunished. And I'll get this real quick. This is Micah as well. Micah 3 and 1. It says, and I said, hear I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and you princes of the house of Israel, you politicians, or you government officials, right? You rich men. Is it not for you to know judgment, right? Michael Lee Chin, you Azans, right? It says, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them and their flesh from off their bones, who exploit the people, right? Who deceive the people, right? Who squeeze the people of their levity, their livelihood, just so you can have more, who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin off from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces as for the pot, and the flesh within the cauldron, You know, is it not for you to know judgment? Should you people know the ways of Yahweh Shai? You learned men, you learned men, right? Leaders of the people. Shouldn't you people know how to lead the people in the right manner, right? How to rightfully treat the people, right? But hey, this is your judgment here, and I'll close out with this precept. This is 2nd Ezra 15, and I'll jump down to verse 40. It says, let's see, not 40, let's go up a bit. Let's go up a bit. 14, Slakia, let's go to 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, with swords in their hand, and the modern day sword is the guns. The machetes. There shall be sedition among men. Look up what the word sedition mean. Uprising against the government, yo. And invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or their princes. In other words, they shall not regard you rich men. They shall not regard you government officials. They shall not regard Mr. Horace Chang, the doctor, the great, well, the doctor, Horace Chang, the great and honorable bro, God Andrew Holness. They shall not regard you, right? It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? So, jump to 19. A man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, yo. Right? So, yo, the people are reach a tipping point where you government officials can no longer control them or fool them, keep them dumbed down, yo. You're gonna come for your heads, literally, right? Literally, yo. And it's not too late to repent. It's not too late to repent. Turn back to Yahweh Hashem Shai, speak the truth for what it is. Right? But hey, it's all in the power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. So with that, I'm gonna close out, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Hashem Shai, Hashem Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of James Great Stone who teach and rule well through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Peace, love, and salutations to the elect of Israel. Shalom.